Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. So today we are doing a fun makeup look. I told you guys in my last video that I promised to bring you a fun glam look. I decided to do this with a little twist, something new and fresh. This is nothing but bougie makeup. All the products here are a little more on the high-end version, which is not what I typically do, but today we're gonna have fun. So you already know, grab your cafecito and let's do a fun makeup look. Why not? Grab your brushes while you're at it. Let's get glam. Let's start with the eyes today because I don't know if I will have any fallout, but just to prevent it, we're just gonna get the eyes out of the way. So I'm gonna go for kind of like a soft blue. I don't want anything too crazy, but I still want some color. So I'm going to start off with a big fluffy brush, something like this. This is from Morphe, the M504. And let me make sure this is clean first of all. And then I'm going to take my favorite transitional shade from MAC. It is called Soft Brown. This is literally the perfect everyday brown. And I'm just going to throw that into the crease to just soften up the eye look a little bit and also add a little bit of warmth. You can use whatever color shadow you have, but this is just something that I usually go for on the days that I just want something quick, a color that I know works for me and it's pretty. I'm quite literally just dragging that all across the upper lid using windshield wiper motions. As you can see, it starts to define that little like crevice that we have in the eye socket, which is why I like to use a warm tone. Now I'm going to take P.Louise base. This is the best formula when it comes to bases. It's creamy, it's long wearing, and it dries down. This is in the shade Summer Blues. I honestly hardly ever use these, especially like the colorful ones, but they're so worth your money if you ever like invest in like a little PR package one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a very detailed small brush, something itty bitty, something like this, or a pencil brush, and I'm going to take that on my inner corners, almost like creating a V. And then I'm going to take a clean little brush and then I'm going to blend that out. And it's okay if it shears out a little bit because we are going to lay obviously a blue on top of this. I just mainly want the color to pop. I'm going to pick up a little bit more actually. Then I'm going to take my favorite colorful palette, which is the Blend Bunny Lure. And I think I'm going to go in with, which one matches my dress? I think this one matches my dress a lot better. That's the shade Catch Me, and it's a true baby blue, almost like an ocean baby blue. And you know what? I'm just going to use that same brush so I don't have to worry about getting so many brushes dirty. And I'm going to lay that right on top. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit more of Lost at Sea. It's a little more of a powder baby blue, and I think that's what I want. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I'm using Lost at Sea. This is definitely a trust the process type of look because right now it's not looking so promising. Just hold your horses, okay? And then again, just for feathering that out. And then I'm going to take this gorgeous foiled shadow. It's called In a Bottle. And I think I'm just going to take it with my finger because I want it to be sheer. I was going to say sheer enough, but hello, sheer where? I'm just going to lightly dab it like towards the center of the eye. And then like kind of like meeting it halfway. So not entirely everywhere. Oh my gosh, this color is gorgeous. I'm going to bring it out a little bit more. And then I'm going to stop right there. And then I'm going to draw almost like a half wing. I'm just using my FX palette. My little water activated palette to create my wing. just like that. Little baby wing. I'm gonna bring it in a little actually. And then we're going in with lashes. I decided to go with these from the brand Salon Perfect. These are in the style 662. I don't know, I felt like these went really well. I was kind of tempted to like stack them, but I think they look good on their own. What do you guys think? So far, so cute. So far, so good. So far, so cute. Okay, let's move on to the face. So I want to go for a very matte skin look, just because I feel like with colors like this, like a super matte skin just looks gorgeous. Starting off with a mattifying primer. This one right here is from Milk Makeup, sorry. This is the Pore Eclipse primer. So this is going to not only mattify the skin, but it's also going to blur out the pores, fill in the pores, get rid of all that texture that we have going on, and just really prep the skin for a flawless base. And then I'm going to mix two of my most favorite extremely matte foundations. If you guys are looking for one that is going to be extremely long wearing, that is going to cling on to your face and literally not move, go for the Urban Decay. Their foundation shades are honestly not my favorites. Like, I never found one that like truly matched me. So I have to like bring it down to my neck, which is not a big deal. But I'm also going to mix it with the One Size Turn Up the Base BB Cream. But if I had to choose one, I would just go for the Urban Decay. But I just want to mix them because it's fun mixing foundations. Literally feels like I'm in a lab or like a scientist. I don't know. But the Urban Decay one is definitely my go-to. I think it's been my go-to for like the past year at this point now. Can you guys believe that this week, well, technically Tuesday is the last day of my boot camp? 4 weeks have passed by. How? I don't know. Time flies, that's why. So Thursday technically is supposed to be our last day, but we missed one day due to a huge thunderstorm that we had here in Houston a few weeks ago. And thankfully our instructor is letting us make up for it. I mean, she's the one that canceled, so she promised us that she was going to make it up to us. And yes, we have one more class and I'm so excited. I feel so good, y'all. Like, I cannot even tell you the difference I feel in my body. Not even like weight loss, because I haven't lost much weight. I think I've lost 2 pounds so far, which is totally fine. I'm really just more focused on like feeling good, like my gut. I've been eating healthy. I've been eating the Tiffany plates pretty much. I've been cutting back on carbs. I've been cutting back on like unnecessary sugars, and I genuinely feel so good. I feel light. That's the word. I feel so light. My gut doesn't feel as like bloated. I don't know, just overall I feel amazing, and that's exactly what I wanted. Like, I was tired of always feeling like so bloated and big. Of course, once I start losing weight, then I'm gonna be even happier. But for now, the fact that I just feel good about myself, about the way I feel in general, is such a reward. And she is offering more classes, so I'm definitely gonna sign up, because like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I thrive in a structured environment. That's how I know I will get a workout. But if you put me by myself at a gym, it's just not my thing. Look at how good this foundation looks. Extremely matte. That's exactly what I'm going for. For my concealer, I'm going to go with my favorite Bougie high-end concealer, which is the Natasha Denona. This one is so good. I do use it quite often, but I try not to use it too much because I guess I don't get to use it too much on camera because I do film so many like drugstore tutorials. But off camera, this is probably one of my go-to concealers, which I'm pretty sure I will eventually hit pan on. So I'm just going to drag this on the areas that I want to really highlight. And then we're going to contour. Of course, since we're using all Bougie products, I'm going to use my Chanel Le Beige tan bronzer. This one is such a good bougie bronzer if you just want to kind of like spoil yourself. It's nice, it's creamy, it's blendable, and it's not crazy pigmented. I feel like this just gives you the perfect amount of bronziness to your skin. I'm sure I can go with like a deeper shade, right? Especially now for like the summertime, because I've been spending so much time outside that I've been definitely getting a little tan. So it's a little light on me, but it's okay because I am going to go in with a powder bronzer after we set, and so I think it'll all look really good. This is one of the few concealers that I actually prefer to blend out with a sponge. I don't know, there's some concealers that I like to blend out with a sponge better, and this is one of them. Do you see how like flawless this concealer looks? And again, this is one of those concealers that it's such high coverage that you don't need to color correct. Okay, so we're gonna apply our blush. I wanted something soft but peachy just because I feel like blue and like coral looks really pretty together. So I'm gonna take my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint. These are so gorgeous, you guys. I love the formula on these, but if you are on a budget and you want something similar, try the L'Oreal Lumi blushes. Those are very, very similar to these. I'm just gonna take my blush brush and tap that in. Look at how pretty that is. I don't know, the undertones on this, they're so pretty. It's like a true, almost like a neon peach. Don't know. I'm also not gonna go super heavy on the blush this time because I do want the eyes to be the central focus of the look, and sometimes blush can like overpower it. Don't get me wrong, I love me a strong blush, you guys know that. But when I'm doing colorful looks like this, I prefer something a little more toned down. Look at how pretty that blush is. Okay, let's set everything in place. I'm using my Makeup Forever. Let's see, this is the banana shade of the setting powder. I haven't used this in forever. I need to know what is a bougie setting powder that you love and you swear by. I know a lot of people speak about the Givenchy, but from what I've heard, the new formula is no bueno. So let me know what is your favorite bougie setting powder that actually works so I can try it out. I'm also going to go pretty heavy with the powder today since one, I want it to be matte, but two, I want to really see how this setting spray works. This is the new one from One Size. It is your Powder Melts Glass Setting Spray, which technically it's going to give me glass skin, but I always like to go back and like reset the skin with a powder after I have applied my setting spray to really lock in that moisture and like get rid of it. So let's see if this setting spray is any good and if it really takes that like powdery feel from the face, because sometimes powders can absorb too much product. I'm just gonna let everything bake while I bronze. I'm gonna use my YSL All Hours Hyper Bronze, and I'm just going to bronze up the skin. This is really gonna mattify me. I can already feel my skin screaming at me that it needs moisture, but I really want to test out this little setting spray. Let's see if she's worth the hype she's kind of been getting around social media. For blush, I think I'm gonna mix two. I'm gonna use this is probably the most expensive blush that I own from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Ecstasy blush. I'm telling y'all, I don't really own a lot of like luxury or like high-end makeup. I stick to drugstore. Do I enjoy these products? Sure, I do, but drugstore just has my heart. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of this blush, but I'm also gonna mix it, I think, with a little bit of this shade Grapefruit from this palette. Do you guys remember this palette from ABH? Oh my gosh, I was obsessed with this when this first came out. I'm gonna take that, and oh my gosh, that is the prettiest blush combo ever. That is exactly what I was going for. A soft apricot peach. It just blends really easy and it looks so pretty with the blue. Let's dust off this powder and then we're gonna use that setting spray. Let's see if it really is what it says it is. I powdered my entire face. Lord, my skin feels so dry. The skin is feeling extremely matte. Let's put this setting spray to the test. Again, this is the brand new One Size Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray. So this is supposed to melt the powders on your face and just give you that beautiful glass-like finish, which not exactly what I'm going for, but I still want to test this out. So let's see. The packaging is really pretty. It has almost this like milky strawberry look to it. Very appealing. Oh, and it's a cloud light mist. Okay. While that dries down, I'm going to use my favorite highlight from ABH, Glow Seeker. Literally a dupe for the Amrezy highlight. If you never got your hands on it, this is it. This is exactly the same thing. So pretty. I'm only gonna use a little bit because again, I want my skin to mainly be really matte. This is what the skin is looking like so far. It definitely took that cakiness feeling away from the skin, but my skin still feels nice and powdery, which is exactly what I want. It just doesn't feel like my skin is sucked up by powder. So okay, so far I like this. I know that if you want more of a glass-like finish, you can drench your skin in this, but that's not what I want. Again, I want a matte look, so for me this is perfect. For my lips, I am taking my favorite lip liner from ABH Cool Brown, and then the ABH Lip Velvet in Peachy Nude. This is also going to be super matte and perfect for the look. I'm just going to drag that in the center. I love these so much. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, I love this lippy. Okay, this look is complete. We're just going to set the skin. What do I want to use? You know what? I'm too lazy to grab anything, so I'm just going to use my little Milani Make It Last because it's right here. It smells so good. Hair is nice and laid. Oh my gosh, I've been living for this like sleek hair recently. So here you have it, guys. This is the long-awaited colorful tutorial. I love this. It's so pretty. It's not minimal, but it's just enough. I feel like the blue just really complements the eyes. I love the shade that this gave me, that kind of like cat eye with the wing, the sparkles, the warm in the eyes, but a little bit of cool. Oh my gosh, I love this look. Full face using Bougie makeup or Bougie edition makeup, but with a twist. So I hope you guys recreate this look. Let me know your thoughts on this look. I hope you guys recreate it, and I would love to know your favorite Bougie products you cannot live without. So with that said, thank you so much for joining me today. I love you. Stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.